21st problem. This problem reads a straight chain consisting of n identical metal balls and they are at rest in a region of free space. The chain, each ball is connected with adjacent balls by identical conducting wire. Length of the connecting wire is L, and this is much larger than the radius of the ball, which is smaller. A uniform electric field E pointing along the chain is switched on in this region. We need to find magnitude of induced charges on one of the end ball. So at end there are going to be two balls. One is going to be on the leftmost and then another is going to be at rightmost. We need to find how much the charge is going to be induced on these balls if n balls are arranged like this and the uniform field is being switched on like this. Moreover, these balls are connected by a conducting wire of length L. So these are options. We need to choose the right one. So let's see the solution. It says we are assuming that the charge on these n balls is having a magnitude q. So one will have a minus q charge, another ball will have a plus q charge, because by switching on this field, the total charge will not change. It will remain the same. That means if there was initially zero charge, so it will be finally zero charge. The only thing is the redistribution will change. So if the field is in this direction, then the electron's negative charge will be pulled in this direction, a positive charge will go there. That's why we are assuming this has a plus q charge in totality and this has a minus q charge in totality. Now the charges will be on in between as well. So we are not bothering about them because we need to find this only. Now in between balls, there will also going to be induced charges, but we will find their total sum will remain zero. So their total sum will remain zero, just like the sum of end balls charges are zero. Now we can find the potential difference between the point 1 and n. Let's name them like 1, 2, 3, 4 up to n. These are the number of balls. So one ball and n ball, like between the n balls, the potential difference because of this electric field can be written as like uniform field and the gap. So uniform field is E. The length or the difference or distance between these two end balls is going to be decided by these connecting wires. And since there are n balls, there is going to be n minus 1 connecting rods or wires, and each wire is of length L, so distance will become n minus 1 into L. E is uniform, so we are allowed to use this formula, otherwise we need to go by integration. Further, it can also be calculated, that means this potential difference can also be calculated using charge distributions. So let's say calculate the potential difference at this location and this location. So we'll calculate the potential of 1 and potential of n, and then difference, we'll do the difference to find the potential difference. So V is going to be Vn minus V1. Now how to write the potential at this location or of this ball or the center of this ball? So this ball will have its potential due to its own charge distribution and potential due to all other charges distributions, isn't it? So the potential due to its own charge distribution is going to be kq upon r, where is r going to be radius because they are spherical balls, right? And because of these between balls, let's say that potential is V0 combined together is V0. And potential due to the end ball, that is this one, because of this it is going to be, again it's going to be like point charge, so it's going to have potential is equal to kq upon r. Since it carries a minus q charge, so it will become minus kq upon the distance. This distance we are going to use, so that's going to be n minus 1 into L that we have already used. So this entire stuff is the potential of nth ball. Now we need to find the potential of first ball in a very similar logic. So it's going to be potential due to its own charge and because of these mid charges and because of this end charge. Now its own charge is going to give us minus kq upon r because that's negatively charged. And because of all these mid balls, you will find the potential, whatever the potential they are going to give to this, the same potential they are going to give to this. Because these two locations are symmetrically located. And there's going to be symmetrical charge distribution because the total sum of the charges has to be 0. So we can say the total potential because of combined is going to be V naught again. And because of this Q plus Q charge at this location is going to be KQ n minus 1 into L, that is going to be in denominator. Now simplifying this complex expression, we will find this V naught is over and we will have a 2 times KQ we can take common. It's going to be like 1 by R minus 1 upon n minus 1 into L. Now since the question says L is larger as compared to the radius of the ball. So definitely n minus 1 into L is going to be much larger as compared to the radius of our this ball. Then you'll find this term is going to be very small as compared to this. So we can drop this term in respect of this because that is being subtracted. So this expression will be approximately equal to 2kq upon r. So because of the charge distribution, we got to know the potential difference between these two ends as 2kq upon small r. The same we knew already. Now we will say the two has to be identical. So it's like E into n minus 1 L is equal to 2 times Q. K can be replaced as 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. So it becomes twice Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught R. From here we can find out the Q. The value of Q is going to be 2 pi epsilon naught when it goes there into R n minus 1 L into E. So if you look at the options available, then you'll find option B is going to match properly and it says 2 pi epsilon naught R n minus 1 L into E. Hence B becomes the correct response. Thank you.